What If Naruto Was Meliodas' Son Part 5? Team 7 along with Tazuna were on the road walking to the Land of Waves. Sasuke was being broody as per usual, while Sakura was asking Naruto all kinds of questions about his life, and how it was, or is, having Jiraiya as his father, to which Naruto was only too happy to answer. He told Sakura that his life on Mount Miyabuku, with the Toes and Jiraiya was pretty much a dream come true. Well, anything was better than... Naruto then trails off, knowing that if he continues that sentence, it would only bring out the guilt that he still feels to this very day. Sakura tries to push him along, wanting her answer, but suddenly drops the subject when she looks at Sasuke, who was shaking his head, as he has a feeling that Naruto's childhood was fairly similar to his own. Well, the time before Naruto left the village anyway. Naruto looks at Sasuke and nods towards him, a subtle way of thanking him, which made Sasuke's scowl soften just a tiny bit. Kakashi even has a small smile on under his mask, thinking to himself that even though there is much work to do, his team does seem to be getting a tiny bit closer to each other every day. A few hours of walking goes by, with Kakashi asking Tazuna how the Land of Waves have been doing since the last time he was there. Tazuna looks confused, as he hasn't ever seen him before, at all in the Land of Waves, with Kakashi slightly chuckling, saying he's a shinobi, it's his job to remain undetected. Tazuna lets him in on some of the things that have been happening, especially with Gato, while keeping the fact that he's hired mercenaries to himself, as to not lose his protection detail. Kakashi's instinct, however, tell him that Tazuna is not being entirely forthcoming, but decides to not force the issue, as it may lead to Tazuna terminating the contract. Whilst walking down the road, Naruto senses someone very nearby that has ill intent. This is due to the mix of demon power and the natural sensory abilities of the Uzumaki, which wasn't really shown in the original anime. Not with Naruto anyway. Naruto looks at Sasuke with a serious look, which clues Sasuke in on the fact that they are about to be attacked. This doesn't really surprise Kakashi, knowing about Meliodas' instincts, but he's happy to see that Sasuke seemed to understand Naruto without a single word being spoken. Almost as if on cue, the Demon Brothers jump from a nearby puddle, going straight towards Tazuna to take him out. But they both clashed, one against Sasuke, who had a kunai out, and the other with Naruto, who had pulled out Lost Vein, and with his superior strength, deflected the attack with relative ease, which shocked the, quote, legendary Chunin. Kakashi was really happy not only to see that his students could handle themselves, but was also nostalgic seeing Lost Vein being used in battle after all this time. Sasuke gets into a short fight with his opponent, but inevitably knocks him out, while Naruto's fight goes a bit differently. He was taking the fight very casually, excited to finally get some use of his sword in actual combat, but almost as if someone was talking to him inside his head, a disembodied whisper just says, "Release." Oh, that's all Naruto could hear. Naruto then gets caught off guard by the Demon Brother and gets a stab in his hand, leaving a piece of metal behind. Naruto looks down to his open wound and sees the words on the side of the sword. Naruto looks towards the Demon Brother and calmly says, "Sacred treasure, Lost Vein, release." And before everyone's eyes, 3 clones come from Naruto's body, all rushing towards the Chunin, kicking him into the air over and over, getting above the trees before the real Naruto jumping into the air above the ninja and spiking him into the ground, knocking him out instantly. Kakashi's eyes were wide ever since Naruto summoned the clones, knowing that Jiraiya didn't show him that, meaning that someone had contacted him to tell him about Lost Vein's special ability. Kakashi was going to ask Naruto how he knew to do that, but thought he'd leave it until they were at least safe, as they could be attacked again very soon. He starts the interrogation when the Demon Brothers wake up, and they reveal that they were working for a man named Gato, and they were hired to take out the bridge builder by any means necessary. Kakashi, now having his suspicions of Tazuna confirmed, knocks out the brothers again, probably giving them brain damage at this point, and sends a message to the Leaf to come and collect the two ninja. He then turns to Naruto, telling him that they need to take that shard of metal out of his hand. It is covered in poison and needs to be dealt with immediately. Sakura was about to grab some bandages out of her bag, but Naruto simply gripped the metal with his teeth and yanked it out. The rest of Team 7 looked at him speechless, as they weren't expecting that. But Naruto continued, and then used his Hellblaze on his hand, burning out any foreign substance from his body. His wound then closed with some form of dark energy healing it. Kakashi was very impressed. It seemed Naruto is very much like his father, right down to his utter disregard of his own safety. He then turns to Tazuna and tells him that when they finish the mission, they will need paying for the rate of a B rank mission, as it wasn't just bandits they were up against, but enemy ninja. Tazuna agreed very quickly, as he thought that Team 7 were just going to abandon him, or at least take him back to the village to answer for his lies. However, Tazuna then tells them everything they need to know once they get to the boat and then head to the Land of Waves. He tells them that Gato is the sole person who wants the construction of the bridge to stop in its tracks, and he knows the only way to do that is to kill Tazuna. Naruto chimes in, telling Tazuna that they will protect him and connect the lands together. Tazuna then gets a genuine smile on his face for the first time that they've seen anyway, and thanks them all for their help and for not abandoning him. The moment they get off the boat, Naruto feels uneasy. He feels like they are being stalked by someone. He tries to shake it off, but comes to find out very quickly that his instincts were right. He tells his team to duck, and they all avoid the huge spinning blade that gets stuck in the very large tree nearby. As Team 7 look up, they see a very tall, intimidating man stood on the hilt of the blade. He says that he didn't expect Kakashi of the Sharingan to be here with these brats. Sasuke gets very confused by this, but then realises that none of them have seen Kakashi's left eye. Kakashi tells this man, who is revealed to be Zabuza, to leave right now. If he does, he will not have to die. A maniacal laugh echoes around the clearing and through the now descending mist, before calling Kakashi a fool. Zabuza then quickly appears in between Team 7, ready to bisect all of them. As he swings his sword, he's not stopped by Kakashi this time, but a flash of green flies up towards the blade, stopping it in its tracks as Naruto unsheathes Lost Vein. Zabuza's eyes grow wide as he recognises the blade from the bingo book. The sword Lost Vein wielded by the strongest Kage in existence, Meliodas himself. He then takes a closer look at Naruto and sees the overwhelming resemblance to Meliodas. Putting two and two together, he realizes that this is his son. Zabuza begins to shake in fear, having heard how powerful Meliodas was, and knowing that he won't be able to fight alone and win in this fight. In a desperate bid to survive, as he now is panicked beyond belief, he pushes a lot of his chakra to his feet, causing a small explosion, propelling him to the other side of the battlefield, to a spot that Haku would be able to get a very clear shot. A senbon then comes from the forest, planting itself into Zabuza's neck, presumably killing him instantly. Just after that, an unknown ninja also comes from the direction, saying that he has been tracking Zabuza for some time, and thanks to Team 7, he was able to kill the traitor. Kakashi doubts this, so he asks the ninja if you were close enough to stop him. Kakashi doubts this, so he asks the ninja if he was close enough to stop him here where he was 5 minutes ago. Where were you? I mean, 5 minutes isn't that much time. So, how did you not get him before? Haku starts sweating from under the mask, not having an answer, and starts stumbling over his own words, trying to say that he only just got there. But if that was true, that means he was close enough to stop Zabuza a while back. Kakashi then pulls out a kunai, ready to attack, as did Sasuke, and Naruto raised Lost Fame once more, creating physical clones, 3 of them exactly, who then all use Shadow Clone Jutsu, creating a further 3 clones, making his own little army. With no other choice, Haku throws multiple smoke bombs, grabs Zabuza, and gets out of there as fast as possible, not stopping for a single moment. After the smoke dissipates, Team 7 see that they're both gone, and knowing that they can't take their client towards danger intentionally, decide to leave them for now. But Naruto is a bit angry, not knowing why they run away. Kakashi then tells him it's because of his resemblance to his father, and the same strength that his father also once held. Naruto smiles to himself, thinking that it seems everyone knew how strong he was, except actually Naruto. I mean, Meliodas was kind of dead. Tazuna offers them to stay at his place for the duration of the mission, and Kakashi thanks him. As they all head to Tazuna's home for something to eat and to get some training in, especially now that they know Zabuza isn't alone. They make it to the house, and Kakashi immediately starts them off with a tree walking exercise. Sakura starts at a sprint, making it to the top quite easily, due to her insane chakra control. Next up is Sasuke, who gets about, I'd say, a 5th or a 6th up the tree, and then he falls, not having as much chakra control or as good chakra control as Sakura. Naruto, however, simply walks towards the tree with his hands in his pockets, casually walking up, around, and down the tree, back to the floor. He then tells the team that he's been able to do that for a few years now. I mean, he was raised by Jiraiya. Sasuke has a look of jealousy and motivation on his face seeing this, and after about 4 hours, makes it to the top, with Naruto giving him tips every time he falls to the ground. After the training, just Naruto and Sasuke are left outside, and Sasuke asks Naruto to fight him. When Naruto asks why, he replies that he knows Naruto is stronger than him, but he needs to know how large the gap in power really is. Naruto smiles, thinking that maybe this will make Sasuke become stronger and not just rely on his natural talent. Maybe in Sasuke he actually has someone who could be a potential rival. Naruto puts Lost Vein to the side, knowing that it'll be quite unfair to use because it does add to his strength, and just uses a normal kunai. As they both clash, Sasuke gets knocked back just from the force, while Naruto is stood stock still, seemingly unfazed by it. Sasuke gets back up and rushes in, trying to use his speed to his advantage, but finds out again he's outdone, outsped by Naruto, who was a hell of a lot faster, being able to trip Sasuke up, and which made him quite angry. I mean, if someone tripped me up, I think I'd be a bit annoyed. This went on for hours, with Sasuke just trying to get a single hit on Naruto, but fell short every single time, even going so far as to use a fireball jutsu, but this was just countered by Naruto using Hellblaze. By the end of the training, Sasuke could only see a blur due to his chakra getting extremely low and his strength waning. His jealousy and anger reached a whole new level, not being able to even land a single blow on him. But Naruto seemed to slow down immensely. Sasuke got even more pissed off at this, that Naruto was taking pity on him. He threw a huge punch which connected cleanly with Naruto's face. Not doing any damage, mind you, but it still did hit him. Sasuke started to berate Naruto on taking pity on him, but Naruto was adamant that he didn't slow down whatsoever. With closer inspection, Naruto told Sasuke that his eyes were red. Why have they changed colour? Sasuke looked into his kunai, seeing his reflection, and yes, his Sharingan had manifested itself, caused by his anger. Sasuke looked to Naruto, all the anger fading away, replaced by overwhelming joy. He thanked Naruto as, without him, he wouldn't have been able to activate the Sharingan. This also reminded him that Zabuza said Kakashi had a Sharingan. They go back in so Sasuke can get some rest and recover, while Naruto and Kakashi stayed awake, keeping an eye out for any enemy that may be after them. The next morning, Tazuna tells Team 7 that he has to get to work on, the bridge, with Team 7 escorting him and standing guard at the bridge. All of a sudden, a huge, dense mist rolls in from the other side of the now nearly completed bridge, and in the centre was two people, Zabuza and Haku, ready to kill every single one of them. Let me know if you like this video and the series in general. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. But with that being said, as always, I'll see you later. Bye.